The Navajo Code Talkers, and who are they? During wars, the United States military relied heavily on communication technologies to coordinate and execute military operations. However, with the increase of new decrypting technology, the security of these communications became a critical concern. The Navajo Code Talkers were a group of Navajo soldiers who used their native language as a code during the World War II. Their language was one of the most difficult to understand and learn. The Navajo Code Talkers were essential in developing an unbreakable code crucial to the Allied victory of the United States in World War II. Here are some examples of the Navajo Code. Let's start from the beginning and where this idea came from. Philip Johnson remembered the tactic of using native languages during World War I and suggested it as an idea for World War II. For this to work, they needed an uncommon language. They spent days trying to find the perfect, undecipherable language. Navajo was chosen because it was not a written language, making it almost impossible for the enemy to intercept and decode the messages. For some background on the Navajo tribe, they had lived in the southwest United States for many years, and many of their cultural ideas are about living in harmony with the world around them and having a deep spiritual connection to nature. Once they had chosen the Navajo language, the Navajo Code Talkers were all trained and housed at Camp Elliott. During this time, the camp was also used by many other military personnel. Despite facing discrimination and racism within the military and American society, the Navajo Code Talkers proved their worth by creating an unbreakable code that was essential to the success of the war effort. Their contributions challenged the perception of Native Americans as inferior and helped break down racial stereotypes. To create the code, the Navajos would translate English into Navajo, using special words and phrases to represent military terms, weapons, and tactics. For example, the Navajo word for tank was che-da-gin-ha, which literally translates to turtle. Similarly, the Navajo word for fighter plane was gini, which means hummingbird. They simply spoke, then transmitted these codes through radio signals throughout the war and major battles. This code was used in many battles, such as the battles of Guadalcanal, Tarawa, Pelelilu, Awu-Jima, Akawawa, and among others. The Navajo Code was also used in other conflicts, not only World War II, such as the Korean War and Vietnam War. After the success in the war, the Code Talkers were not immediately recognized for their huge part in the victory. But a couple years later, President Ronald Reagan decided to give the certificate of recognition and name August 14th the National Navajo Code Talker Day. This was the start of an inclusion movement to help minorities, including natives, have more opportunity in the U.S. In 2000, the United States Congress passed a bill to award the Congressional Gold Medal to the Navajo Code Talkers to recognize their bravery and contributions to the war effort. The Congressional Gold Medal is the highest civilian award in the United States, and it was presented to the surviving Code Talkers or their families in 2001. Overall, the Navajo Code Talkers gained recognition and respect from the U.S. military and government, allowing them to earn greater wages, improving their quality of life, and provide for their tribe. Many of the Code Talkers received education through the military, allowing them to gain more opportunities in life outside of the war. Not only did the Code Talkers help their economic status, but also their social status. By earning recognition, the Navajo Code Talkers raised awareness of Native Americans. This showed how they could be valuable contributors to the United States. This led many other Native Americans to join the war effort, in turn leading to the dismantling of many social barriers and debates over racial segregation. And that is how the Navajo Code Talkers contributed to the United States win in World War II and opened up opportunities for many minorities and Native Americans in the U.S.